Welcome everyone to an awesome game between Matthew as Tzeentch going up against Suave from RTK as Khorne. Now we're going to be playing on the Vampire Forests, and straight away I'm going to apologise. I have torn the muscles in my back, so I've torn my upper traps and I've torn my latissimus dorsi, so I'm in quite a bit of pain, but I still wanted to get a cast out today for you guys to watch, so yeah, hopefully it's still going to be good quality. I apologise if it isn't. So starting in the front, we are going to have flesh houses, like 3 units in total here in the front. We're also going to be having some bloodletters of Khorne, so good anti-infantry armour piercing from the infantry. They're also going to be having that physical resistance, which can be helpful up against non-demon entities. Now, these bad boys are going to be very good up against most of the infantry coming forward from Tzeentch. So the Warriors of Khorne in the front looks like 1, 2, 3 units, double here at the halberds as well, and then we are going to have Uhtred of Bebbanburg, the man, the myth, the legend here at the front. He's going to be wearing the icon of Endless Wars, which I really like this ability. When engaged in melee, just giving him leadership and pretty much unlimited vigor. And then we're also going to be having the Gate of Khorne for those bloodletter summons. 4 bloodletters on the right hand side, and then 1 unit of the Spawn of Khorne, 190 weapon strength, which is absurd levels of damage, plus that of course that unbreakable status. For the Lord Choice on a juggernaut looking gangster as always. Look at that, riding with one hand. Absolutely love it. He's going to be having the Revel in Slaughter, the Hellblade, and then the Locust of Wrath. But the Herald of Khorne, yeah, a nice big pick here. He's going to be rather tanky with 100 armor. For the forces of Tzeentch, we are going to have the double burning chariots coming forward. These bad boys are certainly getting more in the limelight for sure. They are going to have 90 range, 9 ammunition in total, 1.4k on the missile strength. And yes, some good physical resistance. Not super tanky, they can fight in melee combat, they can still be used as chariots, but those flaming damages down the lines of, especially heavily armoured infantry, can be very good indeed. For the Lord Choice, really taking quite a bit of damage, maybe an overcast here coming from the Herald of Metal. He's going to be using the Chromatic Tome. But we're also going to be having the Lore passive of the Metal Shifting, with the Transportation of Lead, which is a bit of an interesting one, with the Plague of Rust, the Searing Doom, as well as the Chromatic Tome, as we said, the Locust of Conjuration, and the Opal Amulet. Even the Herald of Tzeentch here being quite a popular pick with its ranged tools. So for the front line, we are going to have Forsaken, which the bloodletters are really going to chew through if given the choice, and then the Spawn of Tzeentch. Now, they don't have magical damage here, the Spawn, so they can struggle up against a lot of the demons. But we do have more Forsaken, more Spawn, which are going to apply that Armor Sundering, which is going to be very nice when partnered alongside the Forsaken. Of course, reducing that armor and getting that 63 weapon strength 3 with the Frenzy and Immune to Psychology is rather handy. In the middle pocket, we are going to have the Blazing Squirrels that yet again are going to add a good debuff to the armor, -10 here with Warp Flame, which is going to actually sort of decrease that fire damage resistance, which means we're going to be doing more damage in total. Really nice to have the Arcane Mirth on the battlefield as well when we're engaged out of melee combat. So actually, if you're firing in range, you still get this ability. We're actually going to be getting more Winds of Magic for Tzeentch, which is very handy indeed. We're also going to have the Conduit of Infinity, which works really nicely here, and I've certainly seen it quite a bit coming with the double burning chariots. So, firing forward here. Oh my god, so much disgusting fat. Look at that! That is absolutely filthy on the Cultists of Khorne. Armor Sundering as well was we're going to be shooting here with the Metal Caster. And Suave sadly is going to be losing the Cultist. This here was a tournament game between the two of them. And yeah, that Cultist of Khorne is getting absolutely spat on. And Uhtred, where he once stood, has now fallen on the battlefield, just surrounded by pink flame. Shield here, unfortunately, is just going to be on the floor, and he's faced, and there we go, back into the dirty goes. That was an extremely fast kill. We've got to be very careful here with the Herald of Khorne. Look at the damage here coming out of these bad boys. The triple threat in the sky is really making me think here you really have to bring flying entities for Khorne, because look at this disgusting value coming down from the burning chariots. Plus they're going to get extra ammunition here. It can only be used once, but you can get more coming out of the Blazing Squealers. Bit of a diamond effect here, bit of a blob squad as the Blazing Squealers shoot forward. They do some really nice damage here up against the Khornite halberds, and both of these supplementing on top of each other with the Spawn of Tzeentch and the Forsaken is going to be some tremendous stuff. So the Hero Sniping Squad is doing some tremendous work. The Herald of Khorne really needs to get in here and start fighting, get those buffs going for the battlefield. It looks like, what is this going to be? This could be a transportation. Yes, it is going to be a transmutation of lead. That's going to be a 35 meter radius of -30% base weapon damage and -24 melee attack. You can actually make that, if we overcast it, -60% base weapon damage, which can be quite nice as well. So So Herald of Metal is going to be charging around, and it looks like in the back here we are going to get a Searing Doom on the halberds. Very, very good selection choice as well there. And it looks like we finish it off, and we're also going to be getting the Doom Bolts coming down here, which will apply armor sundering. So it does catch the Warriors of Khorne. This here is a filthy game style. We're going to be having the Spawn of Tzeentch. We're actually going to be using the Conduit of Infinity, so we are going to be giving ammunition here to the Burning Chariots, and they're going to go forward again. That's actually going to give more ammunition to the Herald. So he's going to be able to move through and just kind of torch the majority of this infantry. We do see the Chaos Warriors of Khorne really, really struggling. If we do get a nice pink flame there down the line coming from the Chariots, it's just going to destroy infantry. This here is a bit of a mistake. We can actually get a burn down the flank, and that is going to be filthy up against most of the infantry. On the floor here, we are going to get another Searing Doom charging through the halberds of Khorne. Of course, they are going to lose that leadership you get from the Lord Choice. Lord being dead is actually going to be giving that -16 leadership, which is going to be quite handy indeed. The Bloodletters do fall. We are going to get a cycle charging from the Flesh Hounds. They do actually have 46 charge bonus, so they can do some nice work here up against the Spawn of Tzeentch. It's actually going to be 4 units in total. Consistently kind of cycle charging here through the middle. We do have Bloodletters. They really need to get on top of the Forsaken. Fighting in melee combat is going to be the Blazing Squealers. Really want these in the middle to try and see if you know, we can get some firepower going here and maybe some armor sundering. Looks like we are going to use another Transmutation of Lead. Armor sundered here thanks to the ability of the Spawn of Tzeentch. And that -24 melee attack is just huge here up against the regular Warriors of Khorne, and impossibly hard up against the halberds. Balance of power hugely shifting. It's going to be a pull out there from Suave, and an excellent game coming from Matthew. What a phenomenal design there coming from him. That was a very, very excellent combination for sure. So 1,138 there for the Herald of Metal, 1,350 there for the Burning Chariot, and 1,450. So both of these coming in absolutely huge. 204 there for the Blazing Squealers with 560, 744, and 490 there for the Spawn. 350, 700, and then also 840 for the Forsaken and for Khorne. I just feel really sorry there for Suave here. He's a phenomenal player from RTK, and this just goes to show that now actually maybe you have to respect the air game coming from Tzeentch, because that was filthy. We are going to be having 52 for the Herald of Khorne, with 850 there for the Spawn of Khorne, with 0 for the Cultist. We're going to be having 38 for the Halberds, 402 as well, respectively, 260, 370 for the Bloodletters, with 0, 14, and 300 for the Warriors of Khorne. We've got 350, 150, 300, 330, and 122 there from the Chaos Warhounds and Flesh Hounds. So very interesting going forward here, I think. Also quite an interesting one from Matthew. It's a bit of a risk as well. This build, of course, if we do go for a Flying Force from Khorne, these Burning Chariots really are going to suffer, but you can kind of divide and conquer. So if you go after one of these elements, the other two are going to be able to shoot you. So you really need to bring a substantial air force here to come challenge up against Khorne. Plus, bringing Bloodthirst to the battlefield is going to be really handy for catching the Herald of Metal. So I do actually wonder maybe if it's worth bringing, maybe somebody in the sky that can, apply some slows, maybe like the Gate of Tzeentch, maybe just kind of pin them in place, get that negative melee attack, and you can really whittle down these elements. But certainly you also do need a Flying Force that maybe can help here the Tzeentchian player. But what an awesome game. I really wanted to showcase just how amazing the build was coming from Matthew, and commiserations to Suave as always. But if you guys did enjoy this video, feel free to smash that like button. It really does help on the channel, and then leave a description down below. A comment down below with all your thoughts and opinions and other things you'd like to see coming forward. Now, speaking of that description, you can go down and check it with all my other social media platforms, including that Twitch, which we will be getting back onto. I have finished my exams now, so I will be doing some more live streams, and you can check out that Discord. Feel free to subscribe, and other than that, I've been your boy Logic. Take care of yourselves, and hopefully once I'm healed, I'll be seeing you all very, very soon.